All right, first match setting up here to get underway between Duceman from Platinum Heroes and Mumbles from the Risen community. It's going to be a Platinum versus Platinum on Cyber Forest. Players are ready. And here we go.
Let's get into it.
Good luck, have fun to both players. So our first match is going to be a PvZ on Cyber Forest. Once again, Duceman fighting on the side of Platinum Heroes versus Mumbles from the Risen community. This is for the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. The Battle of the Birds. And Winter, take us away with the introductions once we load in here.
Any second now. Alrighty. Starting up in the top left corner, fighting for Team Risen, it's Mumbles.
And in the bottom left, for Platinum Heroes, the Red Protoss, Duceman. Both players wishing each other a fair bit of luck here. Does seem like I have the game sound turned off for my tournament scene. Let me fix that real quick.
Duceman opting not to probe scout.
All right, so we've got a PvZ on Cyber Forest here. Now, Winter, this map can be a bit tricky in Protoss versus Zerg if the Zerg goes for any sort of fast pool tech. And we do, however, see a spawning pool down for Mumbles before gas or hatchery, so we could be seeing some kind of rush strategy. Do you think Duceman not opting to pylon scout could impact the match here? We'll have to see how he holds.
I really do, yeah. That was kind of surprising to me. You never know what can happen in these kinds of clan wars, so it's always good to go out and take a look.
Duceman going for that extremely fast 19 Nexus before Cyber.
Mumbles responding with an expansion of his own. So I don't think we're going to be seeing too much aggression out of him.
So luckily for Duceman here, Mumbles not opting for a fast Ling strategy because he is not ready for any sort of attack. It would be arriving shortly.
Just now sending a probe out to scout.
So this is a bit of a late scout. Normally you want to get your scout out around the 1 minute mark in most matchups. Protoss being especially sensitive to early game. However, Duceman gonna be okay with playing it risky this game and actually gonna end up with an expansion slightly ahead of the Zerg, which is very unusual.
Probe coming up is going to see a completed pool and 3 guys on gas.
Got a bit of lag here. Okay, hopefully we'll be seeing that 20 pylon out of Duceman here. The Nexus will be finishing up to free him up from that supply block. The pylon does go down. No warp gate yet out of Duceman. We could be seeing a Stargate play. That's usually what the delayed warp gate means. Nope, there's the warp gate.
And a sentry first out of that gateway.
Interesting choice. So the sentry means he won't have a fast tech building. It could be some kind of gateway push. Or he could also just be trying to save up energy on that sentry early to scout with the Phoenix, or scout with the hallucinated Phoenix. We're going to see a Roach Warren coming down out of Mumbles here. What kind of play do you think we're going to see out of our Green Zerg here, if you had any prediction, Winter?
I think he's just playing safe. I think he's respecting any possibility out of Duceman, that indicated by that early pool. As well as, I think it's just a safety Roach Warren coming out now. But if he took those wings across the map, he would see safe play out of Duceman as well. Again, opting for that sentry first, followed by a shield battery.
All right, so we're seeing an extremely defensive build here from the Protoss. Extremely safe with that Stalker, Sentry, and he is actually well ahead of the Zerg and Workers. That greedy 19 Nexus working out in his favor here. The Overlord is going to sniff out that Sentry and Stalker. And the Phoenix is coming across the map now. It's going to spot out a ton of Zerglings in the middle of the map. I think Duceman has enough units to hold this, but it could get scary if Banelings or Roaches make their way across and all the Lings aren't dealt with.
Indeed, yeah. I'd like to see him chrono out some units right now. He's going to plug that hole with a Stalker and a Sentry, so he is fine for now.
Yeah, that Shield Battery getting a lot of work done there. Those Lings going to have to back. But a reinforcement with Roaches here could be pretty bad for Duceman, although he does have a pretty effective wall set up.
And Mumbles does have quite the bank saved up right now. He could pump out Roaches, but as I say that, he opts for 7 drones instead, looking to take a third base.
Right, and we are seeing a bit of a more economic build here, opting for that Roach speed, and Lair is already third base on the way. 4 gases go down at the same time for Mumbles. I think we're going to see a Ravager transition here. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen a Zerg build 4 gases at once. Okay, Stalker count is getting high for Duceman here.
2 more gateways coming down as well, with the Twilight just finishing up.
All right. You keep an eye on the production tab. You can see that he is starting to pump out Immortals. Going to be an excellent answer to this Roach Ravager, if that is the composition that Mumbles decides to go with. Triple pylon goes down, ensuring that he is safe from any future supply block. Does happen to the best of us. These are a little bit lower MMR games. They're in the mid 3000s, guys, so mistakes do happen. That's kind of what makes these games exciting, is that it can be anybody's game at any moment.
Four more gateways in the production tab. I don't think Duceman's looking to take a third.
Yeah, I would agree. If we take a look at the units tab here, you can see he's up to 7 Zealots. Charge is now being chrono boosted out, so I think we're going to see a charge lot immortal timing attack here. It's going to be pretty potent considering the early Nexus. He is still somewhat... He has been pretty even with the Zerg economically up until this point, so he's going to have a very strong army.
Indeed, chronoing out that Warp Prism as well. Looking like he doesn't want to waste any more time. He's going to go for it very soon here.
Yes. Now, no Evo Chamber down for Mumbles, but Burrow is actually being researched. A little curious as to what kind of play we're going to see out of that Burrow. Ideally, you'd like to see a Carapace upgrade here to improve the durability of those Zerglings. He does have quite a few of them. But Burrow is the choice here. And here comes the move out.
2 Immortals with this army. Leaving a couple of Stalkers at home just in case.
Okay, so we have an absolutely massive number of Zealots here. 21 Zealots for Duceman. This is a scary... I don't think that Mumbles has the units to deal with this. Not even close. It's going to be a tough fight for the Zerg.
He has no vision either. He does not see this coming.
Okay, the Zealots move up onto the creep. Mumbles gets a rude awakening. The Red Protoss says, hey, that third base? Yeah, you don't get that. The Roaches move in, but that's not nearly enough supply to contest those Zealots. Holy crap, that's a lot. My life for ire. They're not afraid of those.
A fast response, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Zealots alone just making short work of that army.
So we do see the army supply plummeting for the Zerg here. 43 workers for the Zerg, but the Protoss army supply almost doubling that of the Zerg. Those Immortals are chewing through Roaches. It's not looking good for Mumbles here.
17 Roaches in production. They are going to trickle out now, but I don't think it's going to be enough to clean this up.
The Warp Prism does get shut down by the Spores there. That's going to cut off reinforcements for the Protoss. Does enable the potential to hold. A lot of Roaches in production here could do it, but the worker count now down to 28 for the Zerg. It's not looking good.
Indeed, supply is plummeting. Reinforcing Zealots making their way across the map because that Warp Prism did go down. And GG is called.
Yeah, GG is called. Excellent attack there by the Protoss. Very strong 2-base timing attack there. Immortal wiping out that Zerg. He was just not ready for that kind of an attack. And the Protoss Duceman from Platinum Heroes takes game 1.